Are you afraid to harvest too much of your herbs? Well, think again. Harvesting too much of your herbs can actually, in some cases, be a really good thing. And in today's episode, we're going to talk all about how and why that is, and what can happen if you actually under-harvest your herbs. Let's go. We're in our herb garden today, and we're doing a little bit of maintenance on our herb garden because things are growing fast. I'll tell you what, they look incredible, and honestly, this might be the best herb garden we've ever grown in terms of just the aroma being given off. There's so many different herbs in here. It's so incredible. It just smells amazing. We got parsley, we got some cilantro, dill, we got some some purple basil, we got red shiso, otherwise known as perilla. It's just absolutely amazing. I mean, there's so much here, it's amazing. But if you have ever been growing herbs and you came out to your herb garden and you said, I just need a little bit. I'm gonna take a few parsley leaves is all I need for this dish. I'm just gonna take this parsley. I'm making a summer salad. I need a little bit of basil, so I'm just gonna pick a few basil leaves off, right? What you are doing is you are under harvesting. Now, I understand that when the plant is small, under harvesting is certainly something that you want to do because as the plant is small, you want to make sure that it's actually growing, it's getting larger, and these leaves are generating energy for the plant. But once the plant reaches kind of a critical size, it's actually important to almost over harvest because while it will set the plant back, that's actually a good thing for future harvesting and for overall plant health. I'll explain. We're on the other side of our herb garden now. This is the side that actually needs the maintenance and a little bit of love because you'll notice absolutely beautiful herbs. These are the basil is gigantic. They're just filling out. You can't even see soil. It's exactly what we want to look for from a high density planting. This red Reuben basil is like coming out from this parsley plant that's just dominating the scene here. The dill is starting to get tall. It's just the whole thing looks absolutely incredible. But we want to make sure that it looks incredible for the long haul, not just temporarily. And so by under harvesting, we are not harvesting enough to send a signal to the plant to not go to seed. So the first thing that happens when you under harvest is it still will go to seed. And when it goes to seed, it's done growing. The plant will start focusing energy on producing flowers and seeds rather than actually producing more herbs. And believe it or not, if you didn't know this, you'll know now, the thing that defines an herb is any type of foliage that's being consumed to season a dish. So this is an herb. Cilantro and dill leaves are an herb. Anything other than the foliage actually becomes a spice. So bark, like cinnamon, is actually a spice. Dill seed is not an herb, it's a spice. Fennel leaves is an herb. Fennel seed is a spice. Cilantro leaves is the herb. Cilantro seeds are actually known as coriander. Gets a different name. Why? I don't know. But it's a spice, whereas the leaves are the herb. Salt is not a spice, believe it or not. Salt is actually a mineral. Salt is not a spice, but pepper is a spice. So it's kind of a fun little party trick, it's one of those things you pull out at a party, just kind of conversation starter, and then you sit there in awkward silence in the corner of the room for the rest of the night. But aside from that, we got to maintain these herbs here. So I'm not a big partier, so I'm that awkward guy that starts a conversation and then just kind of lets it fade. So this basil here needs to be maintained. This parsley here needs to be maintained. So we are not going to under harvest because if we under harvest, it can go to seed. There's too much energy still going upward. We need to reset that. So what are we going to do? It seems crazy. It seems absolutely crazy, but we're going to chop this way back. We're going to come in here and we are going to come in about 3 to 4 inches below the plant. And we are going to just remove all of this top growth. All of it. We're going to come in here, clip it all back, just like that. Not to mention, wow, absolutely amazing. This parsley here, check it out. So we're gonna take this parsley, come over here, this parsley right here. We're gonna take this and we are going to take it. There we go, look at that. Absolutely incredible. Take that. We're going to harvest all that because why? Well, because what we are doing is we are sending a signal to the plant that it has been damaged. It has been set back. By only harvesting a leaf, it's not going to divert course. It's not going to send a signal that it needs to do something different. It's going to simply say, all right, well, I lost one leaf. No big deal. That's the equivalent of you going to the store and the cashier saying, oh, do you want your penny? No, it goes into the jar, just pay it forward if someone needs a penny to round up. It just goes, if it falls out of my pocket, I'm not gonna go pick it up, right? It's something that is like, it's so insignificant to us that we don't even bat an eye at it. Whereas if we accidentally hand a $20 bill to the cashier and it was $10, well, they're gonna give us $10. They're gonna give us $10 back. We start walking away, we forget to grab our change. The cashier's gonna say, hey, wait, you forgot your change. Well, yeah, I want my $10. I'm gonna turn back and grab it. And so what we're doing is we are causing this plant to turn course, to stop and say, this is significant, I need to change what I'm doing. And so it actually is going to start, it's actually gonna start to produce more foliage again, rather than continue growing and forming seeds. And that is why we need to actually over harvest. Now, as I said in the beginning, at the onset of this video, we don't want to over harvest initially. We want to actually harvest once the plant is of mature size. And what does that look like? Well, it looks a lot like, well, this basil is mature size because it's starting to go to seed. This parsley here is mature size because it's gone the duration of time it takes to actually mature, which is about 65 days. Everything will look a little bit different. Dill cannot be cut back. I mean, you can cut it back, but it's not something you can really, that's just harvested, right? You just harvest that. You don't really cut it back. Cilantro, we continued cutting back for about as long as we could. Eventually, cilantro does go to seed just because it gets too warm. But we did cut it back similarly to how we did with the parsley for about a month and a half. We cut that back. Everything you see can be cut back aggressively with kind of the exception of dill. Dill can be, but it doesn't really affect it too much. But by cutting your herbs back, it will dramatically increase your overall productivity, make them healthier, make your garden more productive, and it will just increase the longevity of the plant so it doesn't actually focus on flowering or wither away. This even applies to some of your more woody perennials like thyme, sage, and oregano. So with our more woody perennials like this sage here, we don't want to necessarily take it right down to a stump, but we do want to come in here and pull all this because what it's going to do is it's going to divert more energy. Same thing with the basil, same thing with the parsley. It's going to divert more energy back down to the base, which is going to help it to not only produce more leaves, but it's going to keep it more compact. It's going to keep it more bushy because it naturally will want to form, sage will naturally want to form this gigantic big bush, and that will crowd the space, but it will also, when it gets woody, it actually loses fragrance. This is what's so important, and this is what actually is the final point that I want to make when you under harvest, is the amount of essential oils contained in fresh, green, vigorous growth is far more than in the older growth. As the plant gets older, it will actually lose a lot of its fragrance. It's still going to be there, but not nearly as intense. That young, vigorous, tender growth is far more fragrant. And so by clipping it back, regardless of what it is, you're going to encourage it to not only continue to grow, but the quality of it will be so much better. It'll be so much more fragrant. And so we're going to take this indoors. And one of my favorite things to do with these woodier perennials like this, these are ones that we want to dry. So we're going to dry these for the off season. And what we're going to do is we're going to simply take some jute twine, or tie around the base of this, just like this. And we're going to stick this in a well-ventilated area that's going to dry these. And then what we can do is we can actually just take a leaf off and crumble it into like a soup or season a dish with it. Or we can take the whole thing and we can actually grind it down and add it into a seasoning, like a seasoning mix that we store in our pantry. It makes it shelf stable and it's so easy to do. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you all learned something new. And I know that I'm speaking from experience here. You don't have to feel ashamed if you are someone that comes out and picks like a single leaf like that. I used to harvest like that all the time and my herbs never really lasted very long. Once I started over harvesting, it actually really helped them out. Oh, and one final thing that I think is worth noting. You definitely want to harvest early in the morning or later in the evening. Don't harvest during the heat of the day. That's something that I think I probably should have mentioned earlier, but the video is what it is. So I apologize that I didn't mention that sooner. Hopefully, well, if you're watching, you caught that. If you aren't watching, you're not even gonna hear this. So, so just make sure to make the note. Don't harvest during the heat of the day. It can definitely stress the plant out when you over harvest, but it is very beneficial. Just do it at the right time of day. And also consider maybe giving it a little bit of water to kind of just reduce that stress even that much more, because when you break a lot of these stems, they exposes the vascular system to air, which can actually dry the plant out and dehydrate it a little bit, kind of increase that stress. So make sure you just give it a little water, and on an early morning, evening, when it's not super hot, not heat of the day, and you are going to be so much better off. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you all learned something new. As always, this is Luke from the MIgardener channel, reminding you to subscribe if you haven't already, like this video, and we'll catch you all on the next episode. Grow bigger. See ya. Bye. Hey, thank you so much for watching today's video. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed, consider clicking this one. You'll probably enjoy it just as much. I want to thank you for your viewership, because without it, this channel would not be as amazing as it is. Also, if you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing. It's free, and we upload videos every Monday, Wednesday, or Friday. We also have vegetable seeds, fertilizer, or tools. If you need any of those, consider visiting MIgardener.com. Links will be in the description box below. We've got you covered. And as always, we'll see you all in the garden. Take care. Bye.